Hello students, after completing the principles of Henry Froll, now we are moving towards the principles of management given by F.W. Taylor. Frederick Winslow Taylor, he has given the scientific principles of management. Okay, first is science not rule of thumb. What does it mean? That according to this principle, or in this principle, Taylor insists on that each and every activity or the decision of the manager should be based on science. It means science, what does science suggest here? It should be based on proper observations and experiments. It should not be based on rule of thumb. Rule of thumb means dictatorship of a manager. It means on the basis of past, I got success in the past organization or in the past situation as per this principle. So again I am going to apply this principle in my organization again. But the situation is different. It is not necessary that the same principle which have given the success to you will also give the success in the present also. Before applying any principle in the organization, the manager should test the principle, should have a proper observation and have proper experiments done on the principle. Even after doing such experiments and observation, if the principle got success, only then these principles should be applied in the organizations for the achievement of organizational goal. Because as we can say that the thing which is already been experimented and observed will result in less wastage of time, cost and efforts. If you are not doing any experiment, just applying the principle on the basis of your intuition or as per your will, only that I want to apply this principle because I know that everything is good according to me, then it might be possible that this principle will get failed and you have to apply some other principle and you have to repeat the process of organization of the work that you are performing as per the current principle. So to get the success with the optimum utilization of resources or effectively and efficiently, you have to apply the principle which is based on scientific decision which have been already tested, observed and experimented. Second principle, harmony not discord. In this principle, Taylor suggested that there should be complete harmony in the relation or in the working of manager, or we can say superior and subordinate. The main thing in this principle is that there should be a mental revolution on the part of superior as well as subordinate. Mental revolution means changing of attitudes towards each other. As in general we can say that every manager thinks that I am giving more amount of salary to my employees, but as per that they are not performing well. Okay, I am giving more amount of salary as according to their work. But what is on the part of subordinate or the workers, what they used to think that I am doing lot of work but I am not getting sufficient amount of salary from the organization, which creates a sense of confusion and conflicts also on the part of both parties. So Taylor suggests that to achieve the organizational goal, everyone should have a complete trust on each other. On the part of manager, they should share all the information, all the important information with the workers by keeping in mind that these workers are my family members. Okay, I need to share all the information with my workers, and workers also feel that these are the family, this is the family of the workers, so I should give my best so that organizational goals can be achieved. Or we can say that if there is any gain because of the employees or a manager, the organization has earned so much profit, so they should also share such profit, whether it is of more amount or less amount, depends on the organization. They should share such profit or gain with the employees of the organization also, so that they can feel a sense of belongingness and a sense of familiar relationship between the members of the organization, and it will be a great motivation for the employees working in the organization. Third principle, cooperation not individualism. This principle is the extension of harmony not discord. The meaning of the principles, these two principles are quite similar, but still there is so much difference. This principle, cooperation not individualism, is an extension, much something more than the principle that is suggesting harmony not discord. What does this principle say? That if there is harmony among the uniting among the managers and the subordinates working in the organization, only then it is possible that they work with cooperation with each other. They will cooperate with each other. It means managers should always take in trust of the workers working in the organization before applying any principle or before framing any policy or rules and regulations. He is going to announce any rule and regulation in the organization. He should take in interest the employees of the organization first. He should consult with the employees of the organization also. After consulting them, he should apply such principle or any rules and regulation or frame any policy in the organization. What will be the effect of this principle? That each and every employee will welcome the decisions or the rules of the organization made by the top level management very much smoothly, because this principle have already been discussed. This decision was already being discussed with the employees in the organization by the manager. Okay, it will not be like a shock to the employees, because they were also consulted before taking the decisions. Manager also work side by side, okay, in cooperating with the employees by not thinking that they are the strangers for me, they are not working for me, they are working for their salary. But he should think that I am the manager, they are the subordinates, but we are a part of family. So we should work side by side by thinking as a cooperative team, not for the individual interest only. Okay. Fourth principle is development of workers to their greatest efficiency and prosperity. What does this principle suggest? That Taylor says that every manager of an organization, there is a two part involved in this principle, is that while selecting the employee, while selection of the employee, there should be, everything should be kept in mind. There should be a proper watch that the person whom we are selecting is capable of performing the particular job. Everything should be taken into consideration while selection of the employee. After selecting the employee, you should give them or a particular person proper training, regular training for the job for which he or she has been appointed, so that they can work to their greatest efficiency with minimum wastage of time and resources and prosperity as much as they can perform. You should not think that we have selected the person, we are paying the salary, so it is the responsibility of the manager only to perform the task. It's your responsibility also to create to give them training time to time to upgrade their knowledge and skills. Okay, might be possible that when the person joined your organization, he know the particular technique to perform a task, but as the environment is dynamic, so much techniques and ways of performing a task are coming in the market, so you should train them to learn new methods of performing a task, as there might be possible that there are so many methods to perform a task. So you should train them so that they can perform their work efficiently as well as to their greatest prosperity. Okay, so these are the four principles given by F.W. Taylor, and for scientific, we call them scientific principles of management. In the next video, we will discuss about the techniques that has been given by F.W. Taylor, that how can you achieve the organizational goals or how you can follow these principles more effectively. Okay. For the technique, please watch the next video. Thank you.